Hey everyone, yeah, it's another review video. So good. Yeah, I'm probably not even gonna do like the cheeky little can you guess what this figure is kind of thumbnails that I did recently. Like with the this Batman figure, for example. And also I found out what I'm gonna do with him. I was gonna do a blue and gray color, but but the more I think about it, the more it's not gonna be a high chance of it working because this is a soft diaper piece, meaning that the paint would probably like just crack, and because of how this is supposed to be kind of like, you know, flexible for the legs can have more range, and yeah. So I think all I'll really do is just paint the portions of his body that need to be gray, and then just make him a black cape. And then I'll take his Batarang here, including the BVS grappler, and and spray paint those silver, and that's all I'm really gonna do with this figure, because I'm not gonna try with the soft diaper piece. I think it should be better if I just try doing a gray and black suit. Oh well. Then again, though, I'll be fine if the DC Batman is actually just a gray and black suit or whatever. Oh, and Kingpin, I already finished his custom. So yeah, I made him this. I grabbed a bit of like an old white T-shirt, and I just sewed him a suit jacket. I glued on some things to make it look more like a suit. And then what I did is I stuffed it with cotton. So it gives him more bulk. Bulk here, make it more wider, make it more bigger. So he looks a lot more like Kingpin. So let's just get him a bit of a wider stance and compare him to Daredevil. And yeah, he does look a bit bulkier. And I guess more intimidating of a presence compared to Daredevil, because he's like this tall compared to Daredevil, and more bulky. So yeah, I think it'll work. I wish he was a bit taller, and I wish I could make him a bit more bulky, give him a lot more of like a wider square build, but I don't want it to be like overdone and exaggerated. Because I think it's good enough right now. But maybe it's because of the fact that it kind of like hugs him to his body here. So it gives him more of like a not square build. But so I think what I'll do is I'll just add a bit of cotton on the sides here, a bit more, and I think that'll help the illusion of him looking a lot more bulky. But that's not point of the review video. It's these two figures here. By the way, this box, because of how windy it is outside right now, this thing was literally like on the porch of our house. Yeah, this thing was literally like down at the end of the driveway, and I was lucky to find it stuck between branches. So yeah, that was not pleasant. The fact that I almost lost this box here. So yeah. Also, here's this guy. If you forgot about Dill Pickle Pepper's existence, fair enough. He hasn't been in like any videos, and I basically hyped him up for nothing. And I probably won't do anything with him, so he's probably just gonna be chilling with the Coca-Cola bear. But at this point, might as well be Pepsi Bear. But whatever. Anyway, let's just stop yapping and just get these boxes out now. Opening box ASMR. Alright, got it open. Yeah, so I'm going to be reviewing this guy. You probably could say that I should have tried getting a replacement for the final swimsuit figure from the Noi Home Wave. Yeah, I wanted one because, as you know, that figure had like a huge gap on the back of the neck. Yeah, because I technically ruined that figure and made it where it couldn't really function that well anymore, which bummed me out. So then I was thinking about getting a replacement for it because I wanted to like add the, the blocky web shooters that the Spider-Man Brand New Day suit has. It'll be a photo. This time I'll actually include a photo about, like, a reference of what I'm talking about on these. And, yeah. As you can see, it has blocky web shooters. Yeah, I was gonna, like, cut out some cardboard, glue that, paint that, boom, boom, boom. Because that figure is just, like, because it's just, like, the same suit, but with, like, different changes that make it look a lot more comic accurate. But no, because on Amazon there it's like $60 now, because might as well make it cost like a maximum series for some reason. But oh well, I'll gladly do review you though, because I know that you're like one of the best older Spider-Man figures. I mean, yeah, compared to like the recent new Spider-Man figures, you're definitely kind of outdated, but I mean, still a really good Spider-Man figure, and I still like this figure because, it's like based on like a good Tom Holland suit, so I'll take it. And I love how this just came out of the box so nicely without any annoying struggle. And I think I'll keep this box to make Dr. Doom a throne. And I don't know. I want to make the Super Bowl stop motion, because I was going to make the stop motion for the Super Bowl where, like, it was going to be like a celebration video of me having like 50 subscribers. And I was going to make that a video, and it was going to have the characters, watching the Super Bowl. I was going to make a cameo, and the characters are going to go like, why can't you just leave? Because they don't know who I am. I just exist. Yeah, I'm going to be a lot of cameos in my stop motion universe. But yeah, I was going to do that. Have Dr. Doom show up, ruin the thing. I was going to make references to the fact that, like, to some ads that were in the Super Bowl. But I feel like it's a bit too late to do it now, considering the fact that, I mean, it's literally almost March, and the Super Bowl happened on February 8th. Or, like, I know that it happened, like, earlier this month. So, I'm kind of late to it, so I probably won't do that. But, oh well. I mean, at least I will definitely do start working on Season 2 of my stop motion universe. Because I have one of the most fun ideas I've ever had for the episode 2 of stop motion universe. Unfortunately, though, I have to make episode 1 because I want to make it where my channel now has intros, starting with like the new episode of Season 2 of my, I guess I'll call it a show. But I want to start doing that. But yeah, I'm more excited to work on the episode 2 instead of like the first episode, because the first episode is going to be kind of like a filler, because I mean, it's just one of those episodes where it's like filler, basically. Okay, so out of the box, sorry for keeping on off screen, I dig this figure. I love how they updated the figure, because this is like an updated figure. Alright, what's the wording of it? It's just, you know how Hasbro like takes an older figure and then just updates it to be more fresh with some minor changes that make it better? Yeah, well, this is the case for the figure, because originally this figure was a dirty, disgusting, plastically red. You know, that kind of red that's just gross to look at. Yeah, well, they changed it to be a lot more accurate to the movie. I also dig how the spider logo looks like the movie perfectly. I like how the black straps are a silver instead, so you can see them better, and they pop more. And, yeah, I think this is definitely, like, a really great figure. It comes with only these hands, though. But then again, though, I'm fine with them. As you can see, he has pin joints because, you know, it's an older figure. But, yeah, he has these hands and only web hands. But I'm fine with it because these could be used as fists, grabbing hands. I think I'll start trying to use, like, the whipping hands for figures like this that only come with, like, a fist and webs as, like, wall crawlers as well, in a way. And also because, you know, you just splayed out. So anyway, I guess I'll get to articulation because, you know, I'm not going to try to hold you up with a bunch of yapping. He can look up this high, which I think is really good. It's the nice amount. He can look down this much. No tilt, basically. But, I mean, hey, what are you going to do? And, of course, 360. His arms can go up this much, which is, like, I like because with Kingpin here, I found out the issue. His arm mold simply had, like, a wrinkled kind of design, so because of it, that was catching up on his arms. But now they can raise up to here because I just, you know, chopped off the excess plastic that was not needed. And you're not gonna see it because, you know, he's wearing a suit jacket that I made. But he can go raise his arms up this much, and as you can see, he has a butterfly joint. So his arms can go this far forward, which is really good. I didn't even have to mod this to make it where he can bend more forward. He just does it like that much. And they go back. Dang. Your arms, you do not have, you're super flexible if you're able to do that. Like, this high up. Because, like, he can, dang. Definitely a really posable figure. You know, typical arm swivel. His arms can bend in this much, which is really good. And, I mean, you already saw his hand hinge. It's just a hinge. And not the annoying one that's, like, up and down instead of inward and out. He has an ab crunch, as you can see, so he can go this far forward and this far back, and it looks natural. He does have a waist cut, and it's a lot more flush. I do appreciate that. That's my big issue with waist cuts when it comes to Marvel Legends, because, like, that's my big concern. Will it look flush enough? And it does. It doesn't really stick out that much. While some figures, like that Secret Wars Doctor Doom I have, yeah, his waist actually looks like he got cut in half because of how much the upper body just sticks out. So, yeah. His legs can raise really nice up. Can bend this much, which is really good. As you can see. Typical thigh cut. As you know, and his feet can go, let's see, how much down? This much down. This much up. Really good figure. I am glad that it only costed me $20 because, and it's super common because at Walmart you could get this figure and this Steve Rogers figure because they just exist so commonly. Same for Fred Meyer. You can find like literally like 10 figures in a row that is just these two only. That costs like $25. So I do heavily appreciate that these guys only costed me $20. Him only costed 18 because he was like having like a Christmas sale or something. But definitely appreciate this figure. Let's see. So you got this web accessory. I'm more fine with this one compared to like. Oh, it's still over there. I don't know why I was looking for it. The Amazing Fantasy figure I have. Because that one, his web was like just bent permanently like this. Well, this one is at least usable because it's not just like bent in a single direction. And honestly, I think I'll start trying to use these more because I think they'll not be as useful as like wires that I just label as webs. But I definitely do think that they can still be used. Let's try put him in a web swinging pose. Is that good? I don't really know if that's good. I think it's good. So yeah, I definitely think that that would be good. I do think these could be used more. But I'm not going to go too far into this debate, but as you know, the Maximum Series Spider-Man, if you don't know, then fair enough. But yeah. So the Maximum Series Spider-Man has like the same kind of like webs, except they don't have this like gripping part here and this like little hook here. They're like a single just straight rope, which I do appreciate. But then that brings up the issue with the fact that Marvel Legends should honestly start considering making it. I know that it's easier doing it this way because it makes it more usable for like multiple things. Like for example, okay, he just fell over. Maybe hooking it onto this, like for example. See, it grabbed onto it. But then you realize that why not just make it where it's like like a hard plastic that just like in a single pose kind of web accessory, or if it was cooler where they have like a wire in the web or like attached to the web so it can just But honestly, I don't really care. I just think that some people will definitely think that. But another thing that I realized is that this figure has the accurate detailing. Like the soles here. I mean, sure, they're not painted black at the bottom, but they have the soles. The original figure did not have that. So, definitely a great figure to purchase if you're wanting a cheaper, really good figure still. So, that's something. That's definitely something. I know he's definitely not going to be able to, like, crouch too well, like in a Spider-Man crouching pose. But I could try. Sorry. And then, is it good? I mean, I could try and see. I mean, it definitely could do with more improvement of the pose, but for the most part, I think he can nail it. Just put the arms a bit more forward, and if he could look up more, then that'd be better. But yeah, I think he could hit it pretty much. Sorry you can't see it. I'm just like trying to adjust the pose. I mean, yeah, he can do it. He can. He just can't look that high enough to make it look like, oh yeah, I'm doing this Spider-Man crouch. But it's nice to see that he can do it. Ish. Though it doesn't look natural. Yeah, he just looks like he's going furry mode and crawling on all fours. If I'm gonna be honest. And instead, let's just do a quick Spider-Man like cool pose. real quick just to make up for that. No. Alright, there we go. You can't see. I'll try to angle it better. Yeah, there we go. Alright, I'm done with the segment of trying to pose and come up with cool ideas. I'm just mainly testing out his articulation just to see if... Oh. Alright, that could be an issue. But not really. I was talking about the fact that, like, because it's, like, a pin joint, like, it can do that. Because... I mean, I think it's mainly because of the fact that it has holes, so it can peg into the things. Oh well, I'll just be more mindful about that. But yeah, I'm done with the segment of trying out his articulation in those poses. Okay, let's just set you off the side. Let's get out this one here. I really wish I could make these videos not last as long as they do, because it feels like a crime that you'd have to, if you were willing to watch the entire video, it feels like a crime that it takes like 20 minutes for you to watch the entire video. But I know that's mainly because, I'm giving my thoughts, I'm talking about the figure, I'm making references to stuff, I'm talking about what I want to do for my channel, the thoughts and ideas I have. I get that that's the reason why this could be interesting to watch, but it just feels like a bit of much of a crime that you actually have to sit here, if you're willing to watch the entire video, and just end up with just 20 minutes of me just yapping. Okay, that's just excess packaging. Yeah, as you can see, I have MJ. It's a little awkward that it's from No Way Home, and that this is from Far From Home, but don't really think about it, I guess. I don't know. I hope that she's in scale and not making him look like a midget. I hope that's going to be the case. But then again, no, realistically, in real life, Zendaya is a bit taller than Tom Holland, so if it's accurate, it's accurate. I mean, hey, what are you gonna do? So... Alright, I'm gonna need to figure out how to get this open. Alright, there we go. Alright, now I'm starting to get it open. Okay, there we go. I think I got it open now. Yep, I did. Alright. That's satisfying. Okay, also, the reason why I wanted this MJ figure is because A, it's the only Zendaya figure or MCU MJ figure you can purchase that is still cheap and isn't a criminal pricing near $100. And also because I think I'll integrate this into my story, considering that it's it involves Universal kind of stuff. Well, not universal. I'd say it's better to say multiversal. Alright, well, now that we got that out of the way. Box that I have no idea how to pronounce. Hands. Girl. Alright, let's quickly put them side to side. Alright, well, first let me just adjust your feet. There we go. Can you stand? No, that's too far forward with the feet. Alright, this is good. Oh, that's great. Very good. I think she's like the same height as as Tom Holland here, or slightly taller. I think they're the same height, which is good. So it's not a bit awkward. That's nice. All right, let's put the knife away. So, does it look like Zendaya? Yes. Yes, it does. I do think that's a little weird that Hasbro keeps on doing that with like Kingpin, for example. He has like his arms are the thing, but then they have like an outer thing of it, so like you can then see, you know what I mean? I definitely do like how it looks. Definitely do like how it looks. And this is reuse of like an older MCU MJ figure. And quickly going to articulation, same thing, a hinge joint at the neck, so she can look up like this much. I think that's good, especially consider the fact you have this hair here, which has a bit of like different coloring, which I like, and she can look down this much, which makes her hair stand out. So her arms can raise up this much if you just simply lift them, but since you can like push them down, I'm pretty sure. I don't really know how this thing works. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how the system works, because it's kind of like Doctor Doom, the retro Doctor Doom, how that you have to kind of push his torso to make things like go in ways. Okay, this is really confusing me. Yeah, I think she can only raise her arms up this much. I don't really know. I'm not going to try bothering the articulation that much. I'm just going to say she can raise her arms up this much. So, T-pose, at least. She has an arm swivel. Never mind, it looks like an arm swivel, but it's not. But fair enough, though, because what's the point of having an arm swivel if she can then just bend her arms with a single joint to, like, this much, while also swiveling them. So, oh well. Her hands are tiny. Jeez. I just noticed that. And they don't really have that much range. Yeah, they don't really got that much range because of the sleeve. Yeah, that's not much. I don't actually know if I can bend her torso or not, because this is like a hard plastic. Should I try doing a custom and making it where she has clothing on top? Fabric one? Maybe. But I don't think I will, because, I mean, I like it like this. I just considering it because I don't really know if I can make her torso bend. Yeah, I don't even know. Oh, wait, there we go. She can go back this much, I guess. I'm not sure. It's like another iffy thing when it comes to like Kingpin. Though Kingpin, I found out he had an ab crunch and he could bend more. But I don't think Zendaya can really in this restrictive sweater. Yeah, I think it's this much forward. Oh well. I mean, I guess so. She can kick forward this much. Can bend her knees this much. Oh yeah, thigh cut. Tight thigh cut. And I mean, yeah, pretty much that. Okay, that does not look right. Your feet should not be bending this much. I do get why people like are a little tired of Hasbro making it where like the girl characters that they make into figures have like smaller feet. which is why I have another reason why to appreciate Sue Storm here, because her feet are really nice because they're not too small, so it helps her stand more better, as you can see. So she's got these open hands here. They're for the box. So I'm gonna okay, there we go. Lawn peg for a tiny hand. Okay. Which stinks because that means I can't really grip the hand too well because of how tiny it is. One hand. Second hand. So she looks like this, but splayed out hands, and she can hold the box because that was one of her parts in the movie of No Way Home where she was looking after the box. How am I gonna fit this in her hands though? That's the question. Oh wait, there we go. I did it. Ta-da! She's holding the box. It's unstable. Actually, no, never mind. It's stable. I like it. I could see why some people complain because you know she can't grip it with like one hand too well. I guess that could be an issue. Though you could just cram her fingers into the thingy and then maybe she could grip it. Never mind. Oh well, that was a loose grip. Yeah, I think she can grip it pretty much. Okay, your boots are very unstable. Spider-Man, can you grip the box? I know you're not from the same movie technically, but can you? Just quick questioning because I think that'd be kind of cool. Sweet, you can. Ta-da! And it's a tight grip. Nice. So, my honest thoughts about these figures. Zendaya, MJ, you're good. This figure's good. Awesome stuff. Should I paint the black parts blue? I don't think so. Should I wait for Spider-Man Brand New Day to come out and try getting a Spider-Man figure so he can finally have his suit again? Yes. Because I guess story reasons will say, oh yeah, we're going to do something that isn't lazy, but also lazy, where it's like, his suit just got damaged, so he's going to use his older suit here. Okay, that's pretty lazy sounding. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really know how I'm going to explain it, because, you know, he had that suit, and then he has this one now. Whatever. I don't really care. I'm just not going to really explain it, because, I mean, does it really matter? Because, like, in No Way Home, they literally just, the only reason why he got the black and gold suit. I do like this suit. I do like it. I just think it's a bit of a dumb reason, because the only reason why he used the black and gold suit, which is just this suit, but inside out, is just because a Mysterio fan put green slime on his suit. And that's kind of it. So, yeah. I'm not going to explain it, because if MCU Spider-Man is going to have that reason, then nah, it's fine. I guess I'll compare the figures now. Comparison time. Who loves comparisons? I do. So, of course, we gotta have me, because I'm that much of a cool character. So, I'm this tiny compared to Spider-Man. Compared to Daredevil, he is honestly a good height, I think. Like, I think that's a fair enough height for compared to him and Daredevil, though I do think that he could be a bit taller. And I think that it would be a bit better, but it's fine. I think it works. Now, Kingpin. I dig this height comparison. it is so unnatural to see Spider-Man being like dwarfed compared to Kingpin, especially in the MCU. I think Spider-Man would definitely make sense for him to be dwarfed compared to Kingpin. Dwarfed by Kingpin's size, I should say. Because, yeah, even though in the MCU, Kingpin is like a little bit taller compared to Daredevil. Because, I mean, there's no way the actual actor is going to be like that tall. It just would be unrealistic. And it's supposed to be more of a realistic Kingpin. So, yeah. But then again, Tom Holland is around this height, I'm pretty sure, in real life. So it would work. And also, I do like how he looks so much more bigger compared to Spider-Man, because, width. I feel like when Kingpin stands, like in a normal stance, he needs to have like his legs just be a bit wider and not so close together, because it'll give him even more of a wider appearance. And yeah. Yep, he definitely looks taller. So I'm glad. So, what am I going to do for episode 1 of season 2? That's a really good question. I'm not sure. I'll do something simple, kind of like roll you into it, like, oh, so this is what's going to happen during the season. It's going to be kind of boring season. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm probably going to do that, because I don't really know what I'm going to do for season 1. I do know what I'm going to do for season 2. So, you're definitely welcome to watch season 2. If you don't watch episode 1, have I been messing that up, like saying season instead of episode? Dang. If you're gonna skip over episode 1 because it sounds boring, fair enough. If you want to watch episode 2, go ahead. I will definitely enjoy that one more than episode 1, because that's gonna have these 3 guys fighting. And that sounds awesome to me, because that is going to be so cool. I would love to see that in the MCU. But if not, then, if not soon, then I'll do it. So I guess I'll cut the video off here, because I'm not going to try to prolong even more, because it's literally 38 minutes long. Like, that's just, bleh.